Hi, this is Levon. I'm going to continue my teaching series, God's Plan of Salvation, Written in the Heavens. Now, the next constellation we're going to be discussing in this series is Taurus, the bull, which was the ensign for Ephraim and Manasseh, as represented by the two horns. And concerning them, Moses wrote in Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 17, the following. Their glory is like the firstborn of the bullock, and their horns are like the horns of the wild ox, and with them they shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. Now this constellation shows a bull rushing forward with mighty energy and fierce wrath. His horns are set downward so as to push his enemies and pierce them through to destroy them. Now this ancient star picture foreshadows Christ's return as the coming judge and ruler over all the earth. The Hebrew word shur bespeaks of his coming rulership, whereas the Hebrew word reem, it conveys his loftiness, power, exaltation, and preeminence over all things. The brightest star is located in the bull's left eye and is known as El-Dabaran, which means the leader or the governor. And Psalm chapter 22 verse 28 reads as follows. For the kingdom is the Lord's, and he is the governor among the nations. We can also look at Matthew chapter 2 verse 6 where it reads, And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. The star in the tip of the bull's left horn is known as El-Nath, and that means the wounded or the slain. And this is yet another intimation that the coming one was he who was first slain. In the neck of the bull, there's a cluster of 7 stars known as the Pleiades, which means the congregation of the judge or ruler. And these 7 stars are also referred to as the 7 sisters. Interestingly enough, the Greek word for church is the feminine word ekklesia, which also means the congregation. And the brightest of these 7 stars is located in the center. And this has come down or been passed down to us with the Arabic word al-Sayon, which means the center. And this has led many astronomers, at least some astronomers, to believe that this particular star may perhaps be the center of the universe. Now John, an apostle of Jesus Christ and the author of the book of Revelation, he used the symbolism of the Pleiades to aptly describe the 7 churches in Revelations chapter 1 through 3, where it reads in chapter 1, verses 13 through 16 as follows. And in the midst, that is the center of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. And he had 7 stars in his hand. John sees Jesus as the high priest of heaven. Now the 7 candlesticks symbolize the 7 churches that John was instructed to write and send letters to, whereas the 7 stars represented the 7 pastors of those churches. So why did Jesus send a message to just these 7 churches when there were more than 40 in existence at that time? Well, although Christ's message would have application to churches of all ages, these 7 were chosen because of their location. All of these 7 churches were located within a 150-mile radius of one another in the area of Asia Minor, that is modern-day Turkey, located around the base of the Taurus mountain. Like the star at the center of the Pleiades, that is Al-Sayon, Christ is the center of the universe and the head of the church. Colossians chapter 1 verse 16 reads as follows. And he is the head of the body, the church, who is the beginning, the firstborn from the dead, that in all things he might have the preeminence. John, in his letter to the 7 churches, he told them that Christ was walking in their midst, or the center of them, and that he knew their works. At least 5 of the 7 churches were told to repent of some sin or risk losing their reward, whereas 2 of the churches, Smyrna and Philadelphia, they were given accolades for their steadfastness, their works, and their faith. And by the way, the bull offering was a sin offering for the high priest of Israel, which again identifies this star picture with our great high priest, Jesus Christ. So in our next study, we're going to look at the decans that comprise this ancient star picture. Until next time, grace and peace. Hi guys, this is LaVon. Happy New Year. I want to just also remind you about the 2 book offers we have for this series. It's The Witness of the Stars. Again, I highly recommend it so you can follow along. You can check out the information for yourself. And that is E.W. Bullinger's The Witness of the Stars. And then we also have The Gospel in the Stars, and that's by Joseph A. Sykes. And all you need to do to follow me along in this series is just click one of the links below to get your very own copy. Well, I'll see you in my next video. Until next time, God bless you.